Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and we still have power. There are reports, yes, circulating, yes, misinformation circulating that some of the power poles have burnt on the hydro line to WHO-ville, but the power is still coming along because the poles are, kind of say, holding the wires up just off the ground, so we still have power. So we woke up to plus 14 Celsius this morning, but on the yo-yo scale, plus 58 Fahrenheit. Nothing in the kingdom, 1958. Also, too, it's supposed to be hot and windy today, so one of the fires will be coming to WHO-ville. We're not sure which one. And okay, we got the power, yeah. And we'd like to thank Drew for the dog treats and those valves. We needed them in the most. And last night before Betty bye, I gave the dogs one of those chew bones. Yes, that kept them busy for an hour. In fact, I went to bed, and then they can just let themselves back in the house when they were done. Yes. All right. So we woke up to it being smoky. Yes. We can actually see down there because this morning at 6 o'clock it was smoky. Yes. All right. We can hear generators running in WHO-ville. We're not sure why. Maybe they don't have power, but I have power. You never know. All right. So today we're going to move the water tank up over to here, over there. Yeah, we're going to drag it. And we know that the bottom is protected with that skid plate. All right. So once the tank is out of the way, then we can figure out why the welder in the 38 GMC overheats or something. We're not sure. All right. Ooh, the bugs are in my glasses. Oh, terrible. But we worked hard and late yesterday, but we got a short video because it was kind of boring. All I was doing was welding up hand. Yes, anybody else would have rolled the tank around and did it flat or whatever, or stood the tank up, but we got it done. All right, I better go. Here comes the boss, even on this Tuesday. Okay, after morning coffee in the kingdom, and the proper place for this tank, this big water tank, should be right here. But guess what? It's going to block the view out my bedroom window for the lovely ladies, to look out and amuse themselves while we're having fun. Yes. So what we're going to do is put the tank over here because we need this area opened up. Opened up for the sleighs. So we're going to move the boat, take the mini hoe, rake some debris or landfill stuff, make this smooth for the tank to sit. All right, and then the staff will come over at 11 o'clock for the great move as we drag the tank over here, in theory.
Tuesday morning in WHO-ville, it's almost 9 a.m. and as you can see, it's pretty smoky out here right now and the wind is starting to pick up. By this afternoon, it's supposed to be extra windy and the wind is going to be pushing that Lightning McQueen fire back towards WHO-ville. Hopefully it doesn't make it that close, but you never know. We are prepared just in case anything happens. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out. Then at 11 a.m. I'll go over to the kingdom and help my dad move that tank behind the house so we can start filling it. Almost 11 a.m. and I just got the quad out. Made sure to bring a couple jugs of water with me so I can water my garden while I'm over there. This copper wire is from when I was setting up the inverter last night. I was able to get it working, so if the power does go out, I do have some power left. Now let's head to the kingdom and see what my dad's doing. 11 a.m. and I made it to the kingdom. The sandflies are pretty bad today, so I have to wear my dad's net. I'm not sure where my net ended up. Pretty sure it's in the truck somewhere. Now we're going to get in the green toy and hopefully drag the tank around without any drama. If it doesn't make the corner behind me to go to the back of the house, the loader is in behind and can give it a push. Got the tank into place. We'll have to use the loader to straighten it out a little bit, but that's okay. At least it is over here. Now we'll put blocks and rocks on the bottom here to keep it from rolling around. Got the tank leveled out. Now my dad's gonna go around and grab the power source and put it by the shop, and then grab the other welder and put it by the shop as well. That way he can work on a few things. Got the power source and welder moved. Now we're gonna hook onto the grader and move it ahead back to where it was. My dad had to move it back, that way we could get the tank around. Hooking all the hoses back up, and it looks like we do not need this one, so we're going to wrap it up, tape it, and then I'll drop it off at the DNR building on my way home for lunch. Got the hose all wrapped up, made sure we marked on it, and then when I head back into WHO-ville for lunch, I'll drop this off at DNR. Almost 12 p.m. We just got the 2 water pumps on the table. This is thing 1 and that's thing 2. Now my dad's going to add some oil to them, do all of his little markings, that way we know which way is on and off. Then he'll set this one up on the back of the water tank, and then the other one will be set up for the sprinklers. 1:30, and I just ran the sprinklers for a good 10-15 minutes to soak down the yard. Now I'm going to head over to the kingdom and check on my garden, water it, and do a few other things. Made it to the kingdom, and it looks like my garden's doing okay. I knew a bunch of stuff was going to die. There is some radishes in the corner, tomato, and we have some lettuce here, but I'm not too worried. I know some stuff will die, and I don't really care about it this year. With all the fires and everything that has been going on, last thing I'm concerned about is my little garden, but I will try and grow what I can. My potatoes are doing pretty good as well. I'm not going to cover them anymore. I'll let them continue their cycle out and see how many potatoes I get at the end of the season. This bin over here as well. I'm just going to give them a quick little water, then I'll head down to the shop and see what my dad's doing. Got the fancy trailer over by the shop. Now we're going to put the 2 pumps inside the fancy trailer. My dad needs to make a new plate for the back of the tank here. One pump is going to sit over by the big water tank, and the other pump will sit down at the pond. That way my dad can just go back and forth and fill the big tank, and he doesn't have to keep hauling the pumps around. I'll walk over and show you guys that they're actually running. He made sure to mark on it. Off is off, on is on, because you never know when you're intoxicated and you come down here to work them, you won't be able to see which is on and what is off. Over at the big tank, now we'll drop 1 pump here. That way my dad doesn't have to keep switching between the pumps, and then the other pump will stay down at the pond until he's done filling this big tank. It'll take him about 11 loads or so to fill the tank completely up. He doesn't have to do it all today, but he'll get a few loads in. Now we'll take this load and bring it around to the big tank and pump it into there, and then head down to the pond to get another load. Got the first load done. Now we'll head down to the pond and get another one. Down at the pond now, we'll get another load. My dad will go back and forth. I don't have to record every load he does, but he'll most likely do 5 or 6 loads today, then a few more loads tomorrow to fill up that 11,000 gallon tank. Almost 3 p.m. Now we'll pump the second load into the big tank. After that's done, I'm gonna head back into WHO-ville and turn my sprinklers on. I don't have to be here for every single load. That will get boring recording the same thing over and over again. I'll come back to the kingdom in about an hour or so and see how my dad's making out. Almost 4 p.m. and I made it to the kingdom. My dad is just pumping off his 4th load. He thinks he'll be able to get all of them done today. It gives him something to do. He also has 1 chair here and 1 chair down at the pond. That way he has something to sit on. I'll head back into WHO-ville and give it another hour or 2 and then come back to see how many loads he's done. 4:30 and I just got back from the kingdom. I ran into WHO-ville to grab us some fancy ice cream since everything is 50% off. I treated ourselves to some nice ice cream. Already went to go drop my dad's off. I couldn't do a video over there since he had the water pump and the loader going, but I did pick up some ice cream and ice cream sandwiches, so when he's done work, he can go in and treat himself to some sandwiches. I'll wait about an hour or so and head back to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. 5:30 and I'll head over to the kingdom and see how my dad's making out with filling the tank. He should only have a few loads left. As you can see, it's starting to get smoky out here again. There's a bit of wind, but not very much. You can hear the helicopters in the background. They are having fun with the Lightning McQueen fire that's over there. Thankfully, we still have power at the moment. Perfect timing. I just pulled into the kingdom as my dad was bringing up another load. Not sure what number this is. I'm guessing maybe 8 or 9. I'll find out when he comes around the corner. And of course, the sandflies are extra bad. You can see them all around my camera. And I finally got to see the big chopper fly over the kingdom. Look at that. I've been trying to get a video of him flying over the kingdom, but they've stayed far away. That is one big chopper. I was right, he is on load number 8 now. He thinks it'll take him until about 8, 9 o'clock tonight to have that tank filled. Plus he has to fill this one when it's all said and done. I'll head back into WHO-ville and make my supper. Then at 7:30 I'll come back and see how he's doing. Almost 7:30 and I just finished making supper. This is my dad's plate. I made onion rings with chicken nuggets and pizza bites, something simple to make. The house is still pretty cool even though I was using the oven. Now let's head over to the kingdom and drop this off for my dad. Made it to the kingdom and my dad was down at the pond getting his last load for the big tank. Once he pumps it into the big tank, he'll go back down to the pond and get 1 more load for the small tank on the trailer. That way it's prepared. He is enjoying the supper while we were standing there waiting for the little tank to fill up. He was munching out. 7:30 and my dad's enjoying his supper. He'll sit here and eat it as the last load pumps into the big tank. Then he'll go fill the tank again and hopefully be done for the day. He will reconnect all of his hoses and stuff for the sprinklers. That way they're set up. Now I'll head back into WHO-ville and end my day.
Okay, we did it, but we missed filming the big helicopter returning back to the airport. The airport's just over there, and you can hear him landing. He's got to put his bucket out of the way, and then he has to land beside it. All right, so all the welds here, 2 little pinholes down at the bottom. I tried gasket going it, whatever, it kind of doesn't stick. I don't know, we need that infomercial, commercial stuff. We slap it on, but the welds, no other leaks. It's right near the top. That was 11 loads in 6 hours. Back and forth, back and forth. We made a, a drive-through because it was hot today, and I mean unreal hot. So that means the loader steering is kind of hard to steer. So backing up is out of the question. So there we go. July, 11,000 gallons, 11 trips, 6 hours to fill it. Yes, we did it. Started at 2, finished at 8, and we're very pleased. So it'll settle nice here, and the valve turned out good down there. We have a cap on it, but that rock was there. So we had to dig the rock out in case the tank settled, which it did, so it would have been sitting on the rock. All right, very pleased. All right, let's go see what the rest of the world looks like. Okay, the forest fires are down over there somewhere. We thought with the wind they'd be coming closer to WHO-ville, but we'll know more later. And here's the tracks. We drive through the back gate, through here, and around, and in behind. So we did it. We did it. So we got to make a new pump mount for the back of the wagon there, because this pump is bigger, different, or whatever than the ones we had acquired and stuffed on there. That's tomorrow's project. I am pooped. The old guy did lots today. And the wind went down, so the sandflies are unreal. That was the worst thing today. It was the heat, sandflies, mosquitoes, and horseflies. I was just tormented. My co-workers tormented me as if I had a real job. All right, let's go walk the dogs, make a video, and drink some 7-Up. Talk to you later.